Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clutch Them Pearls. Today, we are talking about Lilly and Jack Sullivan case out of Nova Scotia. Daniel Martell's story keeps falling apart. First, he told the media that the stepkids, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, wandered into the woods and that he searched upwards to 30 acres on his ATV, his four-wheeler. But now in private messages, he says now that the kids were never in the woods at all. So what's really going on here? Did Daniel Martell, what is he up to? Did he use the ATV to search or to cover something up? And why hasn't Malaya Brooks-Murray, the mother of the children, made a single public plea while she's out snapping beach pics with a friend on Snapchat? This case has gone from tragic to suspicious to something it feels far more sinister. Tonight, we're going to break it all down right on the other side of this.
So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today.
Thank you, Pamela. Appreciate you, my dear. Love.
Make me feel like this.
Here we go.
We got a party for a lifetime. Oh, we ain't stopping for the Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. You don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you, baby.
On my last straw, I'm broken. Woken up, I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world. I don't know if I said that twice. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 29th. 2025. It is currently 7:34 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Let me turn my lights on one second. Well, maybe. There we go. It looks darker in here today. I don't know what it is. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Maybe it's my screen. Maybe that's what it is. No? Just looks more darker than normal. Maybe I don't got my lights turned up enough. I don't know. All right, guys. Really do appreciate your time. Today we're talking about Lilly and Jack Sullivan case. And we've got a lot to talk about. Oh, do we ever got a lot to talk about? Lower lights mean cooler home. Damn, it's hot. It is so hot. No, I am brighter now. Okay, maybe my camera's just warming up. I don't know. All right, guys, really do appreciate you. Please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button before we get started. If we have 1,000 thumbs up, we have a chicken party, and you don't want to miss the chicken party. We had a chicken party last night, and we partied. Let me tell you, we have a new chicken. It's called Daniel, and it's really cute. It's really cute. I'm just saying. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't considered subscribing yet, or if you have not, please do consider subscribing. We would love to have you along the Pearl journey. We talk about true crime and everything in between, mainly true crime, though. Here, we also have a monkey channel as well. You don't want to miss the monkey channel with my monkey Remy Pearl. Also, you can share this live out. Would greatly appreciate that. Share this on your favorite social media platform. We need as much exposure to Lilly and Jack Sullivan's case as possible. They are missing children, and they need to be found. Is Daniel's narrative slipping? I think so. I think it's not going very good for Daniel right now in terms of the amount of stories that he has told. And we've always wondered about Daniel Martell and that ATV. I was gobsmacked when I found this. I didn't know this was out here. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So we'll figure it out here in just a minute. Other ways you can help is becoming a member of the Pearl family. We would love for you to become a member of the Pearl family and get exclusive perks to the Pearl channel. That always helps out as well. Just like Miss Pamela just did. How you doing, Miss Pamela? Good to see you. Thank you so much, my dear, for gifting 5 Pearl memberships. Really do appreciate you, Miss Pamela. You are so good to me, my dear, and I really do appreciate you. Much love to you. If you received one of those, give our beautiful Pamela a big thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. And Ms. Bo, you are almost on our year anniversary. Perry, you want to go to Perry? Thank you so much, Bo. Really do appreciate you. And Miss Roxy is at 13 months. Roxy and I went to Bora Bora on our anniversary. It was a great time, I gotta say. Thank you so much, Miss Roxy. Really do appreciate you. And there is my Ginny Gin Gin. Thank you so much. I'll start first. 9 more. Thank you so much, Jen. Really do appreciate you. That's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you so very much for your support. And here is my angel. She is so my angel. She just gifted 10 new members. How you doing, Miss Angel? You are so good to me, my friend. I love you and adore you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. If you received one of those, make sure you give our angel a big, big, big thank you. Thank you so much, friend. And there's Miss Brandy Wine. We love you. The original Brandy Wine. Thank you so much. It's good to be the OG, isn't it, Brandy? It's good to be the OG sometimes. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. All right. So, May 5th, 2025, Daniel Martell does an interview. And what he says is very, very interesting. That's why we always go back. Sometimes, yeah. That's why we always go back to the beginning because they haven't changed their story yet. And it's good to know what's up. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Here we go. This is incredible, to be quite honest with you. Quite incredible. All right. We're getting a close up. How you doing? Y'all ready? Beginning it is. That's right. This is by Country 94CA, a plea for help for stepfather of missing children in Nova Scotia, May 5th, 2025. The stepfather of the two young children who have been missing for 4 days at this point in rural Nova Scotia is pleading for help. Daniel Martell has been in a relationship with the mother of 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan for 3 years. The children wandered from their Gerlach home around 10 a.m. Friday, according to the RCMP, and Martell tells our newsroom he is beside himself. Quote, anyone with information come forward as fast as possible, end quote, says Martell. He adds, there is a dense forest and rough streams, and he himself searched 20 or 30 acres when they first went missing. Here we go. Here's the quote. Quote, I did all around the house in the four-wheeler ATV. Yes, survey says yes, he did it all by himself in his clean ass, may I add, ATV. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We always wanted to know. Damn, Daniel, was you on that ATV? You said you jumped in your car and started looking. You said you jumped in your car and started looking. Here, you are saying you jumped on the ATV and searched 20 or 30 acres. Now, 20 or 30 acres is not a lot, but it is a lot if you're actually searching the entire 20 or 30 acres, right? What is this now, Daniel? You damn right that ATV was clean. I'm going to show you here in a second. And not only that ATV, But what is attached to that ATV, for me, is concerning. What is it? RCMP says, got you now. And what is this? We say, do we still got this one on here? I don't know if I still have that sound one on there or not. I might. I used to have one that says, gotcha, bitch. Let's see here. Daniel's cricketsing is what he's doing. Huh. Maybe I took it off. I used to have one that was like, gotcha, bitch. It's kind of funny. Okay. I don't guess I got it. Don't have it. I don't think. No. I guess I took it off. I should have. That would have been a good one right there. Wasn't a trailer, but you got to remember Lilly and Jack were very, very tiny, right? They're very slim. The whole case makes no sense now. Many holes in their stories. Was it his ATV or Justin's? Good question. Now, Daniel is got his foot on that ATV, and Justin is leaning back while everyone's out searching, right? So look at this. Look at this photo, man. I will show you this right here. We're going to come back to this article in just a second. First, we're going to look at this. Give me 2 seconds while I take this banner down. A lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot. Definitely. Okay. Look at this thing that's behind it. That's storage, right? It's also a thing where you can lean up against, right? Where you can have others on there if watching them searching. And don't worry. Yep. I know, Smiley. All they got to do is tell one good time. That's it. Lady for Justice, thank you so much, my dear. Really good. Okay. Coming in clutch. Thank you, baby. Is it just a high back seat on it? There is storage in that as well, right? He says, and it is quoted, quote from Mr. Martell. I did all around the house in the four-wheeler ATV. I did as much as I could on the first day and the second day. He adds, there is dense forest and rough streams, he said. Again, we're talking about four-wheelers, rough streams, again, water, right? He himself searched 20 to 30 acres when they first went missing. The search has now expanded too far, he says, for him to be out. What does that mean? It's now searched too far for him to be out. What does that even mean? Yes, and we all noticed this. How clean. It's the cleanest thing on the property, right? It's the cleanest thing on the property. You got Justin, and you got an old cell phone right here. And the back of this yellow thing lifts up. Lifts up. I find that interesting. Did they ever check this out? Cleanest thing on the planet, LOL, Uber says. Sounds like that. Jennifer Blair, thank you so much, my friend. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Y'all welcome our newest Pearl, Jennifer Blair, coming in clutch. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you, Miss Jennifer. Really do appreciate your support very much. And Peacemaker 420. Peacemaker. Always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for your continued support. No dust, no dirt in the tracks of the, I think I mean ATV. It's been raining, right? Yes. Yes, it has been raining. Their shoes are spick and span too. Really? Let's look a little closer to that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Daniel's always got his little high waters on. Sure does. And we got the rubber boots. I mean, it's got some dirt on them, the rubber boots, I gotta say, but it's unusually clean to be, May 2nd in Nova Scotia when it's been raining and you've suddenly been looking up dirt trails. Come on now. How much of it can you really search on that ATV? You can search trails, you can't search in the woods. Right? Thank you, no. If you was here last night, you would know. And we're not talking about Pearl right now. She's literally right beside of me. So go to her channel. How about that? Okay. And moving on. Submerge and you can after market parts Togo deep water. Yes. Yep. Some of them you can go in deep water. Yes. Exactly, Rainbow. Pearl is her own channel. This one isn't it. I kind of know why Janie wanted Malaya gone. And Cody and Dog gone. Also, Daniel wants Meadow in custody battle. What judge is in the right mind would allow? I don't think either one of them. Was this before the search or coming back? This was after he searched, right? So this is the 5th. Hey, Spad, good to see you, babe. Hey, Gemini, Shannon, Robin, good to see you all. This was the 5th. The 5th. Right? 3 days. So he says he was gone a lot of the 2nd and the 3rd. What, Louise? What's so funny? I understand that and agree, but there's a lot of bushes in the hold on, what was that? I understand that, and there's a lot of bush in that is inaccessible by ATV was my point. Yeah. It must have been Justin on the ATV. Well, Daniel says it's him. Daniel says it's him. No, this is 2 days after the kids went missing. Two days. ATV cleanest thing on the property that I could see. That's exactly right. When it's been raining there and all of that. He says, didn't grandma say the brother was crying? Yes. So what's his name? Durwood. He says that Daniel worked 5 days a week. Generally at least 6 to 9 months out of the year. He worked 5 days a week. But, when the weather got bad, he says that he would work 1 day a week. 1 day a week. And I was thinking, this is 1,000% speculation. Aw, thank you, Enoch. I appreciate that. 1,000% speculation, but it does make me wonder. If Daniel was away and Daniel's brother was there and he's getting a divorce, that's a little weird. That's a little awkward, in my opinion, as well. I don't know. We can't get a straight answer. And the thing is, I don't understand why if he's staying there, it's not a big deal. Daniel says a lot of things and few of them stay the same. Oh, you just wait till what we get into here in a little bit. Yes, it's bad. It's bad. Okay, let me play this. The following right here. Durwood says this.
I know exactly what happened to the kids. The kids are alive. The kids are probably not in Nova Scotia now, but the kids are safe. The kids are being taken care of. Now listen, you guys, you can believe this or not, but I'm done.
Yes, he was crying.
This. I wrote it to the end, and I'll tell you why. I never succeeded in bringing the kids back to us, but that wasn't going to happen anyway because CPS is not going to give those kids back when we find them. They're not going to give those kids back to us anyway, to the family anyway. They're, with all that's gone on, there's no way. Do you guys think so?
Okay, so he makes some very bold claims here.
I know exactly what happened to the kids. The kids are alive. The kids are probably not in Nova Scotia now.
Jesus, help me. He is saying as a fact, like he's saying it as a fact, that he knows that the kids are alive. How do you know that? How do you know that? Because RCMP says very, very soon after that they do not believe the children are alive. They have some degree of confidence in that, whatever it is. Now, Sebastian, he's been missing, 17 months, 16, 17 months. And they've never even said, publicly that he's not alive. Right? It's been too long. It has. It has. And if it's been so easy for Durwood to come out and say that the kids are alive, I mean, that's amazing because with all the technology that the RCMP has and the interviewing skills that they have, the searches that they have done, the digital forensics that they have done, the videos that they have combed over, etc., etc., Durwood knows the answers, apparently, he says. And I say, no, not a chance. Not a chance. But it does seem like he's been listening to Danny Boy. Does seem like he's been listening to Mr. Daniel, who has always said, check the borders. I don't believe they're here. Show us the proof, Daniel. Yes, let one of them, Durwood, Daniel, show the proof. Show these receipts, because just you saying it doesn't make it true. Especially, they've both changed their stories so many times. It was just the other day, he said on my channel, that the kids are on some Native American property, or not Native American, sorry, indigenous, Canadian indigenous tribal land. These kids were missing. They would not be able to cross the border. Exactly. Exactly. Now there is, AI, and there's cameras always clocking us, knowing who we are, right? Especially with our retina, right? You can get the retina glasses, by the way, so they can't read it. So there's that, but just a little side note. The Native Canadians here that have heard the rumor are furious about it. And Mama Angie, I agree, because nobody should be putting this off on the Native community. That's not fair to them. It's not fair that Daniel is sending people on a wild goose chase and saying that, you know, they're on native property. Malaya sent him out to the road, and they caught her on her way back, when they have literally changed their stories so many times. It's not even funny. And this does a lot of harm, in my opinion, because you're not saying this as your theory. You're saying this as if it is a factually thing that has happened, when none of us were there. Durwood wasn't there. I wasn't there. The people that know, most likely, one has been talking nonstop. We're going to get into why I think he's talking here shortly. And the other one, she's, quiet as a church mouse, right? They need to stop clowning around and come clean. Now, from what I understand, Daniel is starting to become quiet again. The messages are becoming increasingly less and less that is being put out. And he's really just made himself look worse in all of this, right? Because you don't need to change a story if it's truthful, right? A truthful story should make sense as well, right? I don't know what's gonna. Something happen. It's not every Native community. It's one involved. It would be one ban all of them. Well, no, there's no Native community that's going to do this. They're not going to risk uh, hiding two children in a. There's a not only entire country is searching for Lilly and Jack. The entire world is at this point, right? Why would Durwood say that? I wonder about the natives. Well, I mean, he was saying that they were, most likely on the Native American, not, I always say Native American, I apologize, the Native community there, but they're just not going to risk it. They're just not going to risk it. Justin, I think Malaya is being told to be quiet. I think her lawyer's name is Michael McDonald, and I'm guessing from looks of his accomplishments, he's family lawyer and maybe criminal one too. And she's intelligent about. I mean, someone said last night, "You're damned if you they're damned if you do, and they're damned if you don't." And in a sense, they are, via public opinion, because if you talk too much and you're constantly changing your stories, it's not a good look. And those are voluntary statements. They can be used against you. But and if you're stay quiet like a mother is, Malaya Brooks-Murray, no mother stays quiet when her kids are missing, unless generally there is something going on, right? Yes, Panda, bless you, honey. Um, the lovely PS, thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, my friend. Y'all, please welcome the lovely LPS to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Hello, Lee. Good to see you. All right. So let me just finish this right here.
But the kids are safe. The kids are being taken care of. Now listen, you guys.
All right. He says the kids are safe. They're being taken care of. How do you know? Because the RCMP does not know that. And for you, of all people, to know something like that, I've got questions, and so does about 7 billion other people on the planet have the same questions. Exactly. How does he know that? They're safe, they're being taken care of. So I hope RCMP knock, knock, knock on the door, like Britney Spears says. Come on. I mean, the amount of text messages that Daniel has put out. And listen, obviously, RCMP knows every single message he puts out, but they would be enough where I would be dragging his ass back in and saying, hello, can you talk a little bit about these messages that you are putting out to people, saying things that you believe about Malaya doing this, about, knowing what happened and all of this? Like, what the hell? Yes, he does badmouth the RCMP, and he says they're, effing idiots too. And he says that they need to share their information, but they hold the cards, right? They have the information. So I wouldn't consider them idiots by any stretch of the imagination. It's very weird. Um, Rainbow, the thing is, I'm wondering about why he has gotten so involved in this. It could be that it's just, you know, he wants to find the kids, but I think, like I said the other day, I think Durwood is getting played like a fiddle. Absolutely getting played like a fiddle. Daniel has been out here whispering things in his ear. Is he making money? Is he making money? I mean, I know he was talking about, he said this case has virtually made him homeless. Ooh, Lord, we got some thunder, honeys. Okay. So there's that Pink Warrior, 13 months coming in clutch. Thank you so much for your continued support, Pink Warrior. Love you, Justin, and the Pearl family. Let's get these cases solved. I pray something happens soon. Oh, the reward money, y'all were saying. Got it. Got it. Listen, if someone can solve it, fine. Take the money. Let's just get it solved. Right? So, no, Rainbow, it's not, but he has, he was saying that on a live the other day that he says this case has uh hurt his housing status, I guess, if you will. I don't know if I don't understand how it would do that, but anyways, that's true as well, Ron. If you're involved in any way, you're not getting a penny. Exactly. You're funny, Uber. That's funny. Hey, Maurice, how can this case make him homeless? I don't know. I don't know. But listen, he says he's done here.
You can believe this or not, but I'm done. I'm finished with this. I rode it to the end, and I'll tell you why. I never succeeded in bringing the kids back to us, but that wasn't going to happen anyway because CPS is not going to give those kids back when we find them. They're not going to give those kids back to us anyway, to the family anyway. They're, with all that's gone on, there's no way. Do you guys think so?
Yes, Nor, I'm familiar with what happened with the RCMP in 2020. I understand that. And listen, agencies get it wrong sometimes. They certainly do. There's no argument in that. But Daniel says very clearly here, quote, anyone with information, please come forward as fast as possible, end quote. He adds there is a dense forest and rough stream, he said himself. Search 20 or 30 acres when they first went missing. Quote, I did all around the house in the four-wheeler, ATV. I did as much as I could on the first day and the second day, end quote. Remember, Daniel also says he wasn't home much of the first day. So my question is, Daniel, you say here that you jumped in an ATV when they first went missing. You also say you jumped in a car when they first went missing. And then you also say when you got back, they wouldn't let you search. And then you say that there was a guy in military uniform that said you could search. And then you say you, quote, jump over the fence and continue searching. That day. So we've got an ATV, we've got a car, and we've got him walking. That's interesting. Very interesting. It's falling apart, Daniel. It's falling apart. Uh Robert Parker tells the newsroom it is the most upset he's seen residents since Westray disaster. Quote, I seen some of the most stoic people that I know that normally don't seem bothered by or don't show it anyway about anything, but they're certainly showing it, said Parker. Quote, our children are special, and they say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, the village is this case, and certainly all of Pictou County and beyond. When the thing about it here is, if you just say the truth the first time, you don't have to worry about anything unless the truth could be harmful to your freedom. Right? Let's see if Daniel says anything else in this interview that I found here. Nope, I don't think he says anything else in this one. This is by country94.ca. It's very interesting that he says this, though. That four-wheeler, I'm telling you guys. Let's look at does anyone know what these are called? Hold on. Does anyone know what these are called? Let me show you. What are these things called on the back? Does anyone know? Because I would really like to kind of dig in that a little bit. Just, well, I don't know if it's called a storage I mean, it is a storage container, but there's got to be a name. Let's see here. ATV storage box. Okay, here it is. This is what it is. Let's look at this. All right. Look at this, y'all. Right there. Those cost about $400 US. And let's see here. This is interesting. Look at this. Okay. 20, I guess this is inches. Really big. 100% thick and rugged, roto molded polyurethane construction. Okay, let's see this. Well, can we see if they open it? Okay, here we go.
Where you can put some netting on here, hold a lot of accessories. Inside the box, I carry a lot of stuff out here when I'm on the ice. Things like multiple graphs. I've got bags with electronics in it, batteries, cameras, bait puck solutions, as well as all of my tackle when I'm on the ice. For more information.
Now, remember, a 4-year-old can fold up into the size of a laptop. Remember that. It does not take much. And a 6-year-old are not that big. No, Penny, it's got a seat in the front and then it's got this in the back. It's very similar as what we're looking here. This is it right there. .5 cubic feet of space inside. 10.5 cubic feet of space inside. Daniel looks dejected to me near the ATV, head down, Finch clinch. Thank you, Louise. Appreciate you, Lovey. Malaya, in my opinion, likely got welfare $800 a month and about $2,100 for the 3 kids. Yeah. I do too, JD. I do too. I don't know, but we always wanted to know if that 4-wheeler was used, and now we know that that 4-wheeler has absolutely been used. It is absolutely clean after as well. Did his brother ride with him? That's a good question. Right? It's a very good question. That's in oh, look here. There's another thing you can put. I wonder if they have something like that on their 4-wheeler too. Uber, I get a feeling about that too. I get a feeling that this is a family affair. This is a family affair. Cause mom, Danny Boy's mom, that pick of sesame looks like it was set up by someone. I don't know about that, but it's. Let's see here. Let me show you this again. Damn, where to go? Here we go. It's just very interesting. Look at little Lilly and Jack's wagon right there. Bless their hearts. And this is Nova Scotia, man. Like, it's definitely not a dry, it's not dry season there. That's for sure. It's definitely not the dry season. It's a 4 tracks ATV. You can Google it. 4 tracks TRAX. Let me look at that. Thank you so much. TRAXATV. Also, does anyone else, have a four-wheeler? Is there more than one four-wheeler on the property? That's what they're saying that is there. Who's that sitting on front with hands behind their head? That's his brother, Justin. That's Justin. The one that was, according to Grandma Belinda, was crying really hard, which she kind of found it was a little bit odd. Mikama, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you, babies. You're so good to me. It's so good to see you. I really do appreciate you very much. Oh, you're so good to me. Thank you, honey. Make me want to cry sometimes. I get teary-eyed. It would be easy to clean off the, well, that's the thing. You can I probably should have done this on a members only, but they can be in something in that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Oh, you're funny, Uber. Thank you. Oh, Holly, good to see you, babies. Thank you so much, Holly. Love you, babies. Thank you so much, Holly. If you received one of those, make sure you thank our girl Holly for gifting you 5 me 5 pearl necklaces and you 5 pearl necklaces. Thank you so much, my dear. I really, really do appreciate that, my dear. Hopefully you and your hubby are good. I hope so. My son has 3 ATVs and he has those very similar storage totes, and you'd be surprised what all can fit in there. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Holly, do you think, in your opinion, can you ask your husband what he thinks about the picture of Daniel and Justin, that storage container on the back? I just found an article 2 days after Lilly and Jack Sullivan went missing that Daniel says he was out on the ATV searching 20 to 30 acres around the house. Justin and Daniel has no ties to the kids. Doesn't make sense. He'd be crying other than in shock. I mean, in my opinion, I think the reason he could perhaps have been crying is because if he would have allegedly perhaps could have helped what you see, you get me, what could have been seen, and the whole entirety of the situation. But you can get bloody anywhere here on trails. What do you mean, Mary? Who's talking about blood? A lot of people here in New Glasgow are now believe that the people in the black Mercedes are trying to kidnap kids is now in Glasgow 3 weeks ago, has something to do with Jack and Lily. Nope. Nope. It doesn't. It doesn't. They found them out very quickly. No. Not, I would say, in my opinion, 100% no way. My opinion. And the reason I say that is Daniel changes his story too much. Malaya doesn't talk. There you go. Police say, RCMP says they do not think these kids were taken away like that. Not talking about blood, but here in Nova Scotia, here we have extensive trail systems that one could get anywhere without being noticed, public trails and private. I mean, I've looked on Google Earth, and there are a lot of little trails on, it is private property, a lot of it though, but still it's, I don't know. I wonder if they were building something with the chicken wire wood. You never know, Kelly. You never know. Oh, Turtle Talk, y'all are so good to me. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. If you received that, how you doing, Turtle Talk? Thank you, babies. Good to see you. If you received one of those Pearl memberships, make sure you thank our beautiful Turtle Talk. Very kind of you, my dear. Really do appreciate you very, very much. What's that, Jeremiah? We never know, Rita. We never know. You can drive all through Nova Scotia and be on ATV trails with not a lot of road driving. Sure. Absolutely. And I really believe we need to look around water. We need to look. I think, in my opinion, they will be found either off of a very rural trail or a body of water, in my opinion. Which, to be honest with you, most people are found next to a country road or any road in general, right? Because if someone is disposing of a human being, it's so hard to say that, but they don't track them in the woods, they don't run with them or walk with them in the woods 15 miles over their shoulder. That's just not the way people hide remains. It is usually somewhere off of a trail, a country road, a bridge, a body of water, all of that. Are searches still happening? No. Right. No, not right now. But in my opinion, I hope the RCMP is really watching anybody that's on their radar still, where they're going, what they're doing. And it's going to be, I can just about assure you this, statistically, I assure you that it's going to be somewhere they are familiar with. Somewhere they are familiar with. Really, Jeremiah, I know for a fact that the RCMP suspect those people in the black Mercedes. That's very interesting, Jeremiah. Why don't you call in? Let's give you my number here. I would love to see those receipts. So just go ahead and call in. and love to hear from you. So we'll wait for Jeremiah's call here. Yes, generally visit again. Yes. I can tell you they do not. I know that they don't, but they said it very early on. But I would love to see Jeremiah's receipts on that. I'm not going to argue with Jeremiah, but I would absolutely love to see Jeremiah's receipts. So I'll be waiting for Jeremiah's call. Make sure my phone is not on Do Not Disturb as well. And it is. So there we go. I turned it off there. Okay. So, because the only thing I know for a fact in this case is that there is 2 children missing. One of the children that is not missing was taken away, and that the stepfather has told a bunch of stories. So, Jeremiah, you're going to have to either call in or put in my opinion, because if that is not out publicly, then you're just spreading misinformation. Respectfully. You don't call in. How convenient. How convenient. It's amazing how, if I absolutely knew a fact that the RCMP was allegedly looking at a black Mercedes when they have clearly stated that they do not believe the children were taken and abducted. That's one of the only things that they have been clear about. Halifax had a human trafficking bust 4 weeks after Lilly and Jack. There's human trafficking bust every day. A 4 and a 6-year-old are not at risk for human trafficking. That's not how trafficking works. That's one of the first things people go to. Oh my God, they could have been trafficked. 4 and 6-year-old children are not trafficked like that. There's Deception. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. They're just not. It sounds good theory-wise, but 4 and 6-year-olds are not trafficked like that. The thing that traffickers hate the most is attention. And they don't, human traffickers, they don't kidnap kids. They don't kidnap them. They lure them in, and it's generally older teenagers. Is what it is. And that they are usually on drugs, something like that. And how they traffic them is they keep them in a drug supply, in a, as much drugs as they want. And they'll follow them wherever they go. It's generally how it works. Where did Jeremiah go? AKA Daniel, in my opinion. Justin, why are we being left out? Not cool enough. I know. Right. I guess. Damn. Yeah, what the question? I don't get it. I don't get it. It seems like Daniel is pushing this narrative to constantly make it seem like they were taken. Look over here, not over here. Look over here, not over here. All right, let's get on with this, okay? Because Daniel has now said these. Take this off here. All right. She will go as long as she can, but will crack after her mental health is put to the test with exams. I'm saying so much. I believe they're alive, and Malaya knows who took, drove them off the property. Malaya will crack soon. Again, Daniel is saying that he knows Malaya's going to crack, drove off the property again, that they're out there. Look out there. Don't look here. Right? Not one person in her family speaks to bring the kids home. No one knew. It started after Meadow was born. She also said the kids are in the woods. Stupid me believed that, and I searched and searched. They can't. Then the kids would be moved to a different location. She has Meadow and is on the run. Bro, Malaya is on the run from the RCMP. Again, this was one of Daniel's statements. First of all, how does he know if he's not speaking to Malaya? How does he know if he doesn't have some sort of insider knowledge? You either have to know, have some insider knowledge, or you are speaking to her. Malaya knows everything. Daniel Martell text message. That's a serious accusation that she has inside knowledge about the disappearance of Lilly and Jack, right? But again, it makes him look incredibly bad. For him to know that Malaya knows everything, he would have had to have had the insider knowledge as well. You're just telling on yourself when you do this. Or he has had to either find out what happened that day, which would have solved the case to begin with, and the case is not solved. We have no idea where Lilly and Jack are. He's not saying, in my opinion, Malaya knows everything. But you guys had the same account that morning, right? You were both in the bedroom. Meadow was asleep. One of you was dozing in and out. One of you was allegedly asleep. So how can you think that Malaya knows everything, Daniel, when you were saying you had the same account of what happened that morning? She's terrified investigators are close. Daniel Martell text. This suggests that Malaya is allegedly avoiding contact out of fear she'll be caught. Again, very serious accusation. It is she's again, how do you know Daniel? How she is scared that investigators are close, right? No, I don't, Jeremiah. I actually don't. She's terrified investigators are close. Is she terrified? Or are you terrified, Daniel? Or are you both terrified? That's the question. Yes, Uber. He's absolutely projecting. Daniel is the king at the wannabe superhero. He is the king of deflection, and he is the king of projection, projecting a narrative. This suggests Malaya is avoiding contact. But again, Daniel, you and Malaya had the same account that morning. You say you were both in bed. You just did a sit-down interview that very conveniently the next day there is a local man that pops out of nowhere who says he's been speaking to you and starts with a whole new narrative. Something totally off the cuff. If you're not speaking to Malaya, Daniel, you had the same account of everything that happened that morning, then you have no idea what Malaya is, what she fears, or if they are close. But again, if you go back to my live stream yesterday, I show Daniel actually says he has someone from the inside, quote unquote, that, gives him this information. I don't believe you have a security clearance, Jeremiah. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. I don't believe you have a security clearance. I find it highly convenient that you are coming in here and saying something that you're not willing to back up only by texting something multiple times in here. This is no different than Durwood. You might be Durwood for all I know, or Daniel. But I find it highly convenient that you're saying all of these things and you're saying them as an absolute, not as an opinion. And you're not willing to at least call in to have a decency of a conversation about these wild claims that you are talking about this black Mercedes, which is just another narrative that these people want to spin, which makes me very suspect of you, quite frankly. You apparently don't have the testicles to call in or the ovaries. I don't know, but either show a receipt or put in my opinion. Okay? I mean, there we go. So, you are saying something. I would find it highly improbable that the RCMP suggests this black Mercedes and is not have it out there on every billboard and banner in the continental, no, I was going to say the continental United States, in the most northern western part of the hemisphere. Yeah. So save me with your opinion or trying to change a narrative, or quite frankly, just trying to confuse people more, because people who don't want to tell the truth love to confuse everybody. Confusion is one of the best things that a liar can do to you. And people are already confused, and that's why we are trying to get rid of some of the confusion. So again, I am perfectly willing to have a conversation with you. My phone line is open, but I can tell you, anyone who comes in here that says they have a security clearance does not have a security clearance, because people with a security clearance doesn't say that they have a security clearance in a chat room at all, ever. Don't ever believe somebody like that. Now, if you want to, again, have a conversation, we can have a conversation, but we're going to have an honest conversation. It's just the way it's going to be. We're going to keep it real, because if you actually want to help find Jack and Lily, then you have to start at honesty. It's already a cluster fuck from the two of them to begin with. The parents, that is not helping out in any way. And what we are actually trying to do is weed through some of the things, what is true and what is not. And the Mercedes thing was debunked a long ass time ago. RCMP is not just going to say, "Oh, there's a black Mercedes down there. You know, they might have taken Jack and Lily." Of course they checked it. Of course they checked. You don't think that they checked? They checked probably half of the cars in that county. But to find out where anybody is missing, especially if there is, again, deception, you have to find the truth. and just adding lies or unsubstantiated information with people not knowing it's your opinion, you're just hurting the case. You're just hurting the case. And that's why Durwood got so mad at me. I challenged his argument. And this is the thing. If you are confident in your argument, you'll hand it back. Or you'll have a conversation and say, well, this is why I'm comfortable in my argument because of this, this, and this. Not click, that mother chicken over there hung up on me and everything like that. First of all, you was the one that hung up on me. Right? Elevate your conversation. Elevate your IQ a little bit. People should challenge each other, as in, these cases. We should challenge each other. It makes us only think deeper, right? It's a mystery. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not easy. If it was easy, we would have found them a long time ago, right? So, sorry, little detour there. But don't say you have this, that they're looking into this Mercedes and it as a fact, and you're not willing to show a receipt or at least have a conversation about it. Yes, Mary. And not do it. It's just very cowardly. I would think someone with an alleged security clearance would have enough kahunas to at least call in and at least project their argument. I don't Uber. I don't, baby. So there's that. I don't know everything. I have no clue in this case. But one thing, in my opinion, that I feel that I am certain of, is that there is a lot of deception going on here. And that when there's a lot of deception about 2 kids missing, when everyone should want the truth, that tells me someone did something. Because there's no reason why everyone shouldn't be on the same page of finding Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Period. That's right. That's right. And, that's why I love little Miss Belinda, Lilly and Jack's, paternal grandmother. She is just desperate. She's just desperate to find her kids, which is what you expect. And when you're in those desperate, vulnerable situations, they cling on to anyone who feels like is giving them hope and want that information from Durwood or whoever else. Well, Merge, this is the thing. First of all, I didn't give him the boot, but this is the thing. Either he comes in here and he tells me something as a fact, right? Like a factual thing that they have said clearly that they don't believe Jack and Lily was taken by anyone, and B, that black Mercedes they debunked a long time ago. And he's saying, no, this is a fact. Well, if it is a fact, then come up here and have a conversation with me and show me and show you, or put in my opinion. That's not asking too much. Again, Durwood, if you have new information, show us. And if you can't show us, then wait till you can. Right? It's not asking a lot. It's just asking for some decency and some truth. I don't think that's too much to ask. Once these yep. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much, Kimberline. I appreciate you, darling. Thank you so much. So much, Kimberline. Very kind. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Really do appreciate your support. Mikima, thank you so much. Again, dear, you're very kind to me. I really do appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much for your support, my love. And Robin, much love to you, Justin, and the Pearls. Thank you so much, Miss Robin. Good to see you. Hope you are well, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Well, I try. I just don't think. I just think, the way Durwood came in here the other day and cussed me like a sailor. It doesn't do anything. Like, if it doesn't do anything, it just makes him look like an ass, in my opinion. So I just don't want to be remembered by cussing someone out in here 10 years later. You know what I mean? So there's that. Anyway, let's move on. It's not abduction. This is Daniel's text. It's not abduction, it's criminal. It's a missing persons case. Now, Daniel is making it rather as a certainty here via text that this is criminal. Or it's not criminal, rather, pardon me. It's a missing persons case. Now, that indicates he views this as an intentional disappearance or concealment, not a stranger crime. Thank you, Uber. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Too much. Maybe thought criminal. I don't know. So they put $150,000 reward out. They also edited that post, which I showed you guys, 3 times within 90 minutes because it talked about it being a criminal investigation. When a person in the inner circle changes their timeline after 2 weeks of media attention, after weeks of media attention, now we're at nearly 8 weeks, or we are at 8 weeks, and the first instinct is to throw the other parent under the bus, it's not only shady, it's definitely, at least in my opinion, that someone knows the house of cards is falling and they're trying to dodge the fallout by throwing others close to the bus. Remember, it started out as the same story. Started out as the same story. They were, thick in the beginning. Malaya left. She blocks Daniel, changes her status, right? All of this. And then he starts blaming Malaya. Now, I've always said, personally, I don't have suspicions of one more than the other because, in my opinion, they are equal on this. Pretty much equal. Again, because Daniel's changing stories and narratives, Mom because of her lack of doing anything. Law's family, there's a twisted web woven here. There is Law's family, and it makes you wonder why are they trying to twist this, change this, when the truth only has to be said once. Thank you, Robin, for 13 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Very kind of you, my dear. Good to see you. Our focus is missing kids. Amen to that. Yes. Yes. Then our 4 people that are basically lived in each other's pockets. That's, they all know. I would be highly surprised if others on that property don't know more. I think Daniel's family is sticking up for one of their own. I think Janie is sticking up for both of her boys, in my opinion. The sudden shift to it's all Malaya. She has Meadow and is on the run. Remember that one? Daniel said, she's got Meadow. She's on the run. Malaya knows everything. Text. She couldn't stay around me because she would crack. She's terrified investigators are close. I think this is very, very interesting. Very interesting. This is not a grieving stepfather. Someone grieving for their stepkids. Wondering about their stepkids. What happened to a 4 and a 6-year-old? So a 4-year-old is preschool at best. A 6-year-old is generally kindergarten. That's not a grieving stepfather. He is painting a very convenient villain when the things start heating up, which it started heating up even more after his sit-down interview. Way more after the sit-down interview. The day after the sit-down interview. If he's hiding something, he might project guilt or blame onto Malaya to avoid scrutiny. Like I said, he's lost the narrative control. So now he's trying to steer public opinion towards her. Case in point, right here. This is one of his texts. Online is going after her, not me anymore. I passed my lie detector test. I told you I don't lie and tell the truth. Well, first of all, you telling us you passed a polygraph without the RCMP backing it up is just another story that may or may not have happened, Daniel. Right? He wants to project the narrative here to whoever he's speaking to. Online is going after her, not me anymore. I passed my lie detector test. I told you I don't lie and tell the truth. They don't have to be told that you're not a liar and that you tell the truth, Daniel. You are saying that for a very specific reason. Yes. Exactly. Oh, Robin, thank you, babe. Good to see you. How you doing, Robin? Thank you, lovey. I love your picture. So cute. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you, Miss Robin. Justin Daniel said he doesn't lie, so I guess he doesn't lie. Right. Right. Yes. And anyone says that I told you I don't lie and I tell the truth, we have no idea if Daniel passed a polygraph. We have no clue. He reportedly said he passed, which is what the news reports, that Daniel says he passed a polygraph, but we have no idea. We have no idea. Oh, thank you, Jen and Georgia. Good to see you, love. I'll catch the rest. We watch Love You Justin Jones have to help, buddy. Thank you, Jen and Georgia. Thank you, babies. Appreciate you very much. Very much. And Rob Rainbow says, I don't care if Daniel passed or failed. Means Daniel squat to me. You're exactly right. And the reason is, why say this now? Over 6 weeks after the kids disappear, now we're at 8 weeks. I think we're close to 8 weeks now, aren't we? I think I put 6 weeks. Why didn't he say this on day 1 or week 2? Why wait until after his first public sit down completely flopped to suddenly start dropping these nuclear accusations via text, via social media? Oh, yeah, there can be, there absolutely can be. Yes. And a lot of people don't know this. There are different types of lie detector test. There's, it even depends on the, what kind of software and stuff is being used. It's so unreliable to begin with, right? So the ATV looks super clean in the photo. Why did he say he rode it in the AM? Good question, Two Stoner Detective. His story didn't land. So now he's not the one under the microscope. She is. Or at least that's what he's trying to make happen. He's trying to flip the entire narrative. Like Teresa Giudice flipped the table in Real Housewives of New Jersey. And what's a better way to say she's on the run, hiding the baby, my baby, and knows the truth to everything? It's deflection in real time, right in front of our faces. Let's also not forget, he's not just a stepdad. He's the father of baby Meadow. And now everything he's saying about Malaya's positions him as the safer, saner parent. He thinks he's playing chess. He's not. He's not. He thinks he is, but he's not. What is that? And this is what's more important, in my opinion, right here. This isn't about convincing us. He's trying to build a public record so he can use it and say, see, I told you, I knew something wasn't right. It's his insurance. It's his safe policy. It's his, I gotcha. It's his deflection. If Malaya's keeping quiet, staying in hiding, or avoiding Daniel, his constant, think about this real quick, his constant public comments, it could be a strategy for him. It could be to destabilize her emotionally, or at the very least, another way to control Malaya, right? It can be very hard to keep your mouth shut, right? And if Daniel's out here saying, oh, well, she did this, I'm going to throw her under the bus and all of this, it's another way he can control the narrative and control her through her emotions. I don't think she's Miss Innocent Bystander at all, right? By trying to potentially provoke her into responding, maybe trying to trigger her, like reaching out, slipping up, or returning, or even hoping law enforcement will start digging harder into her, trying to save his own ass. What if he believes she's responsible? He's clearly saying that she's responsible for this. He'll visit her in prison with Meadow. Remember that? Did she tell you something, Daniel? Do you know something? But you can't say it? Are you trying to cleanse your own conscience by flipping the script, i.e., burden? Maybe the reason he's talking so much is because he knows too much. And you have said via text that you know more. You can't ignore the way, in my opinion, guilt and deception seeks out of a person backed into a corner. Maybe Daniel's not just spinning stories. Maybe he's trying to offload something he can't or doesn't want to carry that gives him responsibility of perhaps his own actions. Guilt, question mark, or maybe he's telling half the truth. Remember, half the truth has to have an anchor of truth most of the time, and hoping we don't ask for the rest. When someone's stories keep changing, but their accusations get louder, like Daniel's is, they're not looking for justice. They're looking to cover their own ass. And whether he's right or wrong, Daniel's making this a whole lot messier, along with others who are, Daniel was apparently allegedly speaking with, right? Daniel saying, I know more. Malaya knows everything. She did it. All of this, Daniel saying. Not a good look, Daniel. It does not help you at all. I mean, Teresa, if I was the RCMP right now, and I know Daniel's texting saying Malaya knows everything and all of this, I would be on his doorstep saying, you're saying Malaya knows stuff. You need to come down here and talk to us. And if he's lying, they need to arrest him for lying of that. Can't lie to the authorities. Maddie Soto. Guys, if you're interested, any of the members who's interested in the Madeline Soto case, I have a ton of Madeline Soto documents. Just email me and I will send them to you. I have so much about Stephen Stearns and Madeline Soto and all of that. So I'm working on my website right now, and I'll have all that stuff for the members only stuff. So I've got all kinds of stuff. Just email me and say who you are. You sent me a text. Not Daniel. Stephen Stearns is, oh my God, he's the biggest creep that ever. Ugh. I cannot with Stephen Stearns. Hold on one second. Yes. There was 2 firefighters dead, 1 hospitalized after Canfield Mountain pew-pewing today. What is that? It's very sad. You know, Idaho doesn't have a lot of people, and there's just been so much happening in the true crime realm in Idaho the last few years. It's crazy because, like, it's a very empty state overall. And there's a lot of stuff happening. We will be streaming the Brian Koberger trial. Yes, I may even go out for that. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Guys. All right, y'all. I love you all so much. I appreciate you. You guys are all absolutely amazing. I live in Oregon. Please come by. I love Oregon. I love Washington too. It's so beautiful out there. Ohio has a lot of crazy stories too. Yes. Used to be Florida. Florida's like chilled out now. Me too. I'm watching it a lot. Thank you, Rainbow. Thank you, Golden Girl. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. I may be back here shortly, here in a little bit. I've got to do some editing right now, but I may come back after that. It's going to Koberger's it's going to be one of the biggest trials at least of the decade. I don't think we got to 1,000 likes today. Yes, but the DNA on the truck was his. Correct. Yeah. Yes. Brian Koberger trips me out. And a lot of people thinks he's innocent. Not a fucking chance. That man is innocent. Not a chance. You are willingly just looking over it. You are willingly looking over that. All killers have fans. That's disgusting. It's so disgusting that people. Hold on. Sandy, I listened to it, baby. I don't understand. I guess I'm not understanding what you mean, because I played that. No, Gen C, there's not. There's not been. I don't know what you mean. 12-12. Uh, let me see if I can find you. It's under Sandy. Here we go. You said 1212 or 212? 1212? Tell me if this is what you mean. This part right here. Hold on.
Go silent until I'm allowed to talk again, or if somebody has, if you have a question for me, Belinda, that I can answer, I'd be glad to. Now, and out of total respect for you, Belinda, I'm done already. I'll stay on the line, but I will not interrupt.
Okay, good, because I do have a question. Janie
212?
is a very strong woman. I seen that. And Malaya's half sister had something to do with it because he said the whole thing just doesn't change. And he thinks Cindy and Malaya's half sister had something to do with it because he said the whole thing just doesn't make sense to him. And then he proceeded to tell me of how he searched. Now, I wanted to go and I wanted to
Oh.
speak to Daniel. So my sister took me there. She dropped me off. I walked towards the trail. He proceeded
Who's saying this?
further. So that's what we did. We walked out to the middle of the driveway. And I told him that I had tried contacting Malaya and she did block me. And he said, yeah. He said, weird, isn't it? Then he proceeded to tell me that the whole thing is strange. And he thinks Cindy and Malaya's half sister had something to do with it because he said,
Who is Belinda saying told her that Cindy and Malaya's half sister has something to do with it? Thank you, Jai. Thank you, Jennifer. I think so.
you know. So my sister took me there. She dropped me off. I walked towards the trailer. Janie come out of the trailer and asked who I was. And as I was stating who I was, Daniel come out and said that that's Belinda, Cody's mom. So he come out and I said, well, I hope you talk to me. And he said, I will. He said, I don't want to talk here. Let's go out in the driveway further. So that's what we did. We walked out to the middle of the driveway. And I told him that I had tried contacting Malaya and she did block me. And he said, yeah. He said, weird, isn't it? Then he proceeded to tell me that the whole thing is strange. And he thinks Cindy and Malaya's half sister had something to do with it because he said the whole thing just doesn't make sense to him. And then he proceeded to tell me of how he searched. Now, I wanted to go and I wanted to speak to Daniel. So my sister took me there. She dropped me off. I walked towards the trailer. Janie come out of the trailer and asked who I was. And as I was stating who I was, Daniel come out and said that that's Belinda, Cody's mom.
That is crazy. So Daniel tells Belinda Doesn't make sense, does it? And she said no. And Daniel, allegedly, according to Belinda, says that Malaya and her step sister is that right? Thinks they are involved. Half sister. It doesn't. It doesn't. She doesn't have those kids hidden. I mean, not hidden as in they're safe and okay. Like there wasn't a motive for her to do that. Yeah, Thelma, you can send it to me. Merge, I do too, because she's a desperate grandma. And I don't want her to get confused. I don't think it's a hoax, Mary. I don't. I just don't see it being a hoax. Because you are going to get in so much trouble. I just think they would have broken by now. Could be. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, Mary. Well, when he says hoax, he means there's deception in this. And I think we can all agree that there's some deception of some sort in this. Anywhere from 1 to 4 people is deceiving us. Okay? Whatever it is or isn't. Hope Jack and Lily come back to Belinda. I do too. All right, guys. Love you all so much. I appreciate you. You are amazing. You only get so many trips around the sun. Make it count. Hug your loved ones. Thank you all so much. Justice for Lilly and Jack Sullivan. This dude doesn't seem to be advertising for donations like the other channels, which is cool, but the other channels are raking in the dough. I appreciate that. If my people want to donate, they donate. And they're good to me. They're good to me, but I'm not going to be like, y'all donate to me every 5 seconds or anything like that. It's just not very class A, in my opinion. So a lot of people are really disgusting with it. Putting the tents and stuff. Shame on them. They can go to hell for doing that. Little Lilly and Jack Sullivan. So sad. Thank you, Jen. Springer has passed. You mean Jerry Springer? He died a long time ago. He died a long time ago. You might take a few days off. Well, honey, you got to do you. You got to do you. I understand. Sometimes I have to get some clarity as well. It's okay. Take care of your health. It's the main thing. All right, guys. Much love. Appreciate you very, very much. God bless. Good night.